And just like that, I'm out of my Palantir trade, guys. So I want to cover what I did here, where I sold, the charts, kind of where my head's at here with Palantir, and we'll break down the indices, other stocks I'm looking at. We'll talk about Meta as well. We got some news from Meta sending their stock through the roof. And guys, bear with me. I have a little cold right now. Nothing crazy, actually. It's getting better from yesterday. So if I sound a little bit stuffy, sound a little bit, weird here, that's why. I'm battling a cold, but it's not that bad, so we're still here making this video, guys. So let's dive into it. Again, break down what I did with Palantir, my mindset heading into that trade, and we'll cover other stocks, Meta, overall, where my head's at, guys. So hit the like button, make sure to subscribe, join my Patreon if you want to keep up, excuse me, with my portfolio updates, my trades, investments, all that's linked down below, pinned in the comments, or go to stocksurfest.com/Patreon. And with that being said, let's get into it, guys. So I bought Palantir a couple of days ago, really. I think it was last week I initiated this trade, and I bought it at $117 initially. And granted, that might have been a little early as, we saw this descending triangle start to play out. Maybe I got a little too excited, so I bought it arguably a little early, but then I doubled down pretty much on this drop to 109. We then got down to about 105, and guys, you notice a trend here. You can't time the bottom perfectly, but I added more, and my trade average cost was at, what was it at? 115 roughly, right? And today it actually rallied 8% on the day. We got all the way to 128, I believe, and I sold earlier in the session just over $125 per share. So my objective going into the trade was, look, this stock's way oversold. I had a theory that the entire software sector was due for a rally, and that's exactly what happened, right? I wanted to position myself in one of the more popular, I guess you can say, stocks in the software space, which is Palantir, and I wanted to play that rebound in the entire sector. And if you guys notice, I mean, look, it's played out beautifully. Palantir is rallying. ServiceNow, right? All these stocks have been moving pretty similarly throughout the entire year. We've been in a downtrend on all these stocks, and we get these relief rallies pretty often. Every couple of weeks we see crazy runs in these stocks, so it's pretty predictable almost. And again, Palantir just got way too beaten up. It didn't take a rocket scientist to spot this one, right? So it got way oversold on the RSI. It got down to 15 or 16 here on the 4-hour chart. And again, it rallied. And look, I told you guys, I'm getting out between 125, 130. That's my, take profit zone, and that's exactly where we got. And sure, it could have run more, but for me, guys, heading into the long weekend, things are slowing down. It's July 4th coming up. Happy 4th, guys, by the way. We're not there yet, but I'm saying it now, and I'll say it again on the 4th. But, we're not there yet, but I think locking in profits, playing it safe, going into the long weekend with a good amount of cash in the portfolio, that makes me comfortable, and that's what I'm doing, man. I locked in a lot of profits throughout this week. If you guys are in the Patreon, you know that we locked in our affirm call options. I did on Monday. Then I sold my SpaceX trade, made a little money on that. That was yesterday, and today I locked in gains on Palantir, and I haven't really bought much this week other than Redwire call options, which that's a smaller trade, right? Nothing substantial at all there. Bought a couple contracts that expire in January, $10 call options here. They're in the money, which is how I like to do it. But other than that, man, I'm sitting on cash here, a decent amount. Obviously, I'm still heavily invested, but I feel comfortable with that going into the long weekend and come Monday. And we'll see, obviously, reevaluate come Monday what, if anything, we could start putting money into. That's kind of where my head's at right now. And usually, guys, look, I'm not a crazy aggressive trader. I like to be a bit more conservative around holiday weekends. And look, the overall market today did not have a great day. It's a good time to have a little cash, right? Who knows? It could slip more after this weekend, right? We'll see, but the Qs went down 1.5% today. We had the S&P down about 0.1, not too bad. Same with the Dow and the Russell. Russell went down about 0.4, not too much percentage-wise here. But yeah, a red day overall, so not a bad time, again, to have some cash as the Qs are getting hit at the top of this channel you guys see right here. And SPY, excuse me, what a voice crack. Oh, that's a record voice crack, guys. Again, I'm battling this cold. It's not too bad. It's getting better, but cheers. I need some water. What a voice crack. Oh my God. But yeah, Qs are getting hit. Now we're seeing some selling on SPY at the top of this channel. Be careful, but overall, I still think we're setting up for a breakout overall, but it might be a bit choppy before that. And again, heading into a holiday weekend, it doesn't hurt to have a little cash through the weekend. So let's talk about Meta. Meta, I saw it and I'm like, what the heck? It's up 10% on the day. I mean, this is a stock that I own. I actually did sell a couple share, not a couple, I'm more than a couple. I sold some of my position a couple weeks ago to actually buy another stock. I think I bought, yeah, I sold it and I bought some. I sold, I think, around 30% of my position at a loss with the intention to buy more shares later down the line, right? But I figured, hey, my thesis is Meta's going to be flat for a lot of this year, I think. I think the breakout's coming in 27, 28. So I figured, hey, let me buy some Micron. Yeah, I bought Micron and Lam Research, and at the time, they were way lower, and Lam was under 300 at that time. So that was the right move in hindsight. And then that was actually right before, we got the news they're looking to offer shares, or there was a rumor about that. The stock went all the way down to 536. I think I locked the loss. I sold right at 610, and now we're actually right back to 610, funny enough. On news, well, let's dive deeper into this. They're looking to start a new business line, essentially. They're making a cloud push, guys. They're making a cloud push, which is actually sending stocks like CoreWeave down. Let's see, CoreWeave went down 14%. NBIS went down, let's see, this thing tanked today, guys, 17%. Oof, so the Meta news is good for Meta. Not so good for these other businesses, some of their partners, right? So, again, this thing is right back to where it was, where I locked in that loss for partly tax reasons. And again, I wanted to put some, dead money, quote unquote, in the short term. I wanted to put it in other stocks that look promising. That's what I did. And now this news itself could send the stock a lot higher. So let's dive deeper into it. And let me make it clear, Meta's not dead money by any means. I just think it might be dead money for the rest of the year. I think the big breakout, like I've said before, is coming in 27, 28, and I still own a good amount of shares. Don't get me wrong, guys, and my average cost is in the mid 500s, so I'm happy with where my position's at right now. So we can see the headline: Meta pops 10% as company makes cloud push to sell excess AI compute power capacity. Let's dive a little bit deeper into this, guys. There's good old Mark Zuckerberg. Mark Zuckerberg, guys. Yeah, Mike Zuckerberg. Maybe that's his twin brother. I don't know. But we can see here, guys, they're looking to start a new cloud business. They're building it out that could help recoup some of the billions of dollars that they've poured into AI infrastructure, which you guys know they're pouring a ton of money. And this is part of the reason why the stock has been suppressed, because the stock's like, hey, you're spending all this money. CapEx is going nuts. How are you going to monetize it? The market has a hard time believing that they will be able to monetize it. And now we're seeing how they're looking to monetize some of it, and the market likes that. We're seeing a nice rebound, and we can see here Meta will sell its excess computing power to outside customers, according to Jim Cramer, CNBC's Jim Cramer. He confirmed it, right? And Bloomberg was initially the first to report the news, and the company is debating whether they will offer access to AI models that are hosted on its infrastructure, or whether they will sell access to raw computing power, according to Bloomberg. And of course, a representative from Meta did not immediately respond to CNBC's request for comment, and we can see here Meta told investors in April that it plans to spend as much as $145 billion on CapEx this year as it continues developing data centers and securing the graphics processing units needed to train AI models and run large workloads. So there you have it, guys. The market likes the fact that, okay, they're going to be able to monetize some of their CapEx right now, their excess compute. That's a good sign. More money in Meta's pockets. And this kind of justifies not all the spend, but it kind of puts investors at ease a little bit. Okay, they're monetizing some of the spend. We have a plan. You know, they see it. Although I do think in 27 and beyond, AI is really going to be monetized. All the spend that they're spending, it's going to make sense via all their different apps. Everything, guys, the integrations we're seeing. So I'm excited about Meta. Look, it's not a massive position for me, I got to be honest. It's out of my top 5 right now, but it is a stock I own, and I'm not planning on selling it anytime soon. Like I've said before, I think Meta is eventually going to be a $1,000 stock. And honestly, I don't think that's too crazy to say. And I think that's possible. I think conservatively before 2030. Do you guys agree with that? I don't know. I think, with how many eyeballs they have and how many people using their apps day in, day out, almost 4 billion people. I mean, guys, it's inevitable they're going to continue growing, and the stock price ultimately follows earnings, right? And yeah, there is some, fear around their CapEx spend, but I think it's going to work out. I trust Zuckerberg, the management team, the platforms they've built, Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp, you name it. And I think they have a decent run, or they're having a decent run in obviously everything they're doing with the glasses, augmented reality. I think they're going to integrate AI with that. They're already starting to do it. So there's a future there. I mean, there's going to be a lot of competition, but I think Meta's got, I think they have their bets in the right places, in my opinion. And I want to be a part of the story. And look, it's still trading sideways. I'm not saying we're going to break out really anytime soon, although it is above these moving averages, but still, it's still in a downtrend, guys, and I'm not too convinced that we're really going to run too much here. Sure, maybe it runs a little bit more on this news. This could trigger a multi-day rally potentially, but at the end of the day, I think we're going to see more selling. It could fizzle out. And look, the RSI is now screaming overbought, and we're more towards the top of the channel here. But we do have earnings coming up, and that could change a lot of things. We'll see. On the 29th, the end of this month, we're getting their earnings. And, man, I'm excited about it. So what do you guys think? And full disclosure, I am long Meta. I am long Palantir still in my private account, but I did sell out of it in the Patreon portfolio. The trade I made was, quick, sweet, easy trade, made some money. And again, heading into the weekend, guys, I'm not doing anything crazy. I'm probably not even going to trade much tomorrow. I might take the day off. Who knows? Maybe check the market a little bit. Maybe buy some NVIDIA leaps. I've been meaning to do that, but no rush, right? Again, it's the holiday weekend. Monday's right around the corner. We'll be back. So what do you guys think? Follow along for more. Check out the link in my bio here in the comments as well if you want to join my Patreon and see my portfolio updates, my trades, investments, all in real time, and you get access to my portfolio or my private Discord. What am I saying here, guys? I'm screwing up the outro here, but that could be the cold. Maybe it's getting worse. I don't know. I think it's getting better. But yeah, the Discord is through the Patreon. Link down below, pinned in the comments, or go to StockSurfest.com/Patreon. I'll see you guys in the next video.